Welcome back to another episode of the Self-Development with Technique Podcast. Today we're talking about Life is Short, a video by Tim Ferriss, how to add a sense of urgency. I think that the title just says enough. I do, by the way, really like this new ambient mode. Actually looks pretty cool there. It was uploaded 2 years ago, so 2020. Already apparently has 585K, and by the way, it was uploaded by Tim Ferriss. I hope that it is fine if I use this video. If not, at Tim Ferriss team, please contact me, and we're gonna talk things out. Let's see. I have seen this video before, but probably 2 years ago. Yeah. Let's have a look.
Going to take a question from one of the private Facebook groups where I do various experiments. And this question is from Christian B. While reading and living Stoicism, how do you avoid spending too much time thinking about the inevitability of death? Part of Stoicism is meditating on death, certain inevitabilities, and finding freedom in that instead of overwhelm. All right, that sounds very nice and theoretical and conceptual. What does that mean in practice? I spend an amount of time that might seem ridiculous reminding myself of death. And this sounds morbid, but it is very valuable to me because it emphasizes the impermanence and the short duration of life that we have, which gives me a sense of urgency to pursue the things that are important. It gives me a sense of urgency in having the
And I think also perspective and contrast. We tend to really live, not really in the moment. We tend to really be somewhere else in the future, in the past, and whatever, which is a shame because we're just having a set amount of time left on this beautiful planet, and most often we're not really enjoying it as much as we should, I think, and are as aware of it as we should, I think. So having this bit of urgency, memento mori, you're gonna die, can be incredibly important, and I just also noted it down. But I think that one can overdo this as well, but still, thinking about it more often, also for me, which, it's also a note to myself, is important. It just sets things into perspective, what is really important and what isn't, and it just creates this urgency for things that are indeed important versus those that are just not.
Comfortable conversations that are so important in life, that can define the next chapters of your life, that can change your life. And without a sense of urgency, when you sort of cover your eyes and ears to not think about death, it is easy to push things off to tomorrow, until you die, and it's too late, and you would have benefited from asking those uncomfortable questions, taking those uncomfortable actions far sooner. So I have, for instance, a memento mori coin made by a friend of mine and author, Ryan Holiday, well known for his writing on Stoicism, which acts as a visual reminder. I have different quotes that are laser etched onto driftwood that also serve this purpose. And for that reason, Christian, I don't try to avoid spending too much time thinking about the inevitability of death. And the way that, at least, I find it empowering instead of overwhelming is to...
What is important? I think this also is what meditating on death and or memento mori could mean in every aspect of life. What is important, and also therefore the 80-20 rule, which totally plays into various schemes, quote unquote schemes of Tim Ferriss, very, very useful thoughts and very useful techniques and guidelines, perspectives. What is important? What should I really be working on? What should I really be doing? And also, whatever the fuck that I'm currently working on, what is just, those 20% that make for 80% of the results, what is really that I should be using my time for? And what is the complete opposite? Like, really trying to figure that out, and also trying to then use your time for those things instead of those that, might be nice, might be good to have and whatever, but, do not really add that much compared to those 20%.
Recognize A, it's outside of your control. B, it happens to everyone. And C, you can control, in a sense, or hone your perception of death and view it as a catalyzing help as opposed to an overwhelming sadness. And one practice that might seem unusual that I have found very valuable, and this harkens back to an anecdote or maybe an allegory of sorts that I was told by Tara Brach, famous meditation teacher. And that is, a famous sage once said, the only question worth asking is, what are you unwilling to feel? So as you think about death and how you relate to death, you may also think about how you relate to other emotions you don't want to feel. For me, particularly with a history of depression up until, say, 5 years ago, where I have not had any major depressive episodes in the last 5 years, and that I think in part what I'm going to describe has been very helpful for staving off depression, I optimized for positive, 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 positive. Meaning I wanted as many moments in my day to be purely positive as possible. I did not want to feel sad. I did not want to feel tired. I did not want to feel angry, so on and so forth.
The next section is going to be the practice, and then crazy town talk. What do I not want to feel? I think is a very good question, but what I just want to underline is the practice part. That is a whole section longer than one of those individuals before, because it just needs a lot of practice. It needs a lot of also a lot of effort to hone this craft, I would say, to hone this worldview, and 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, whatever, very important thoughts. And I hope that this really helped you, and I also hope that you have found something that you've been looking for. Maybe in the future this is going to be more relevant than it is now, but I'm hopefully going to see you next time. So bye bye.